Come here. I'm going to give you the secret ingredients to my marinara sauce. So let's get to it.
First time I made this sauce was for my first grandchild's baby shower, and we invited men and women to the party, but I promised the men that we were not going to be playing any games. And surprisingly, a lot of the men actually came to the party. And I was told later by everyone that was there that it was one of the best parties they'd been to. And so what I did was I cooked up the sauce, and I cooked up some Costco meatballs, and I put them into the sauce, which I had in a warming dish. And then off to the side, I had some thinly sliced provolone and some Subway style rolls, and everybody made their own Subway meatball sandwiches. I'll also be needing some garlic, and the recipe usually calls for 3 cloves of garlic, but I like a lot of garlic. And these were pretty thin, small pieces of garlic. So if you combine them all, it comes out to about 3 cloves of garlic, 3 pretty big sized cloves of garlic. And I just got them all chopped and diced and ready to go. Here I'm showing you my beautiful basil plant. Look at how healthy and strong and, well, to me it looks healthy and strong. It's a beautiful plant, and I will be getting about 8 to 10 fresh basil leaves from this plant. So I'm just cutting them from the top, which is what I've been told I need to do. And I'm just terrible at keeping house plants alive, so I'm trying. So far so good. It's still alive, and it still looks pretty healthy. So fingers crossed. But I'm using 8 to 10 of these, and I'm putting them, kind of wrapping them around each other, and making a little cigar shape, and then just easy peasy, just cutting them along the line. And I can give you a little chefy word there. It's called chiffonade, I believe. But anyway, it's just little bitty strips. See? Beautiful. So what I'm doing now is I put about 2 tablespoons or so of olive oil into my cast iron pan. Here I'm adding the onions and garlic. You want to let them cook and get translucent, and stir them occasionally so they don't burn. This should take about 5 minutes. It's okay if a little light browning happens at the bottom of the pan, because that just means added flavor. Now I'm putting in the chicken broth, and that is deglazing the pan, which means that I'm just scraping the little bits of brown that are on the bottom and giving it the added flavor. You want the chicken broth to reduce to about half, so I would say give it just a couple minutes. And then add the San Marzano tomatoes. Now these are crushed tomatoes, and they are perfect for this sauce. So if at all possible, try and find those. These tomatoes are delicious, and if at all possible, if you can try and find them, that would be great. If you can't find them, just find any canned tomatoes. These are 28-ounce cans, and you're going to need 3 of them. I'm adding my seasonings, and what they are is just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm adding some oregano too. I like to use about 1.5 teaspoons of oregano, the dried oregano. I don't like to be heavy-handed with the dried oregano. It's just not for me. But I do like to have, that oregano flavors. And of course, I add my beautiful basil. At the beginning of the video, I told you that I would be sharing my secret ingredients, and these are my secret ingredients. I peeled 2 regular-sized carrots, and I cut them in half, and I added them to the sauce, and then I also added the 2 pieces of Parmesan Rinds rind, and put it in the pan with it, and I let it just simmer for about 30 minutes. And once it's simmered for 30 minutes, pull out the carrots and the Parmesan rinds, because at this point you won't be needing those anymore. I put the lid on to let it simmer and to let the flavors develop. Once you get to the point where you're simmering it, make sure that you reduce the heat as low as you can go, because you don't want it to burn, and make sure that you stir it every once in a while. Here I'm adding more salt because I find that I need more salt in it. I like it it develops the flavor. If you undersalt, it really doesn't give you the right flavor. One of the best things about this recipe is that you can freeze it. So what I've done is I just put a few ladlefuls of however much I wanted into a Ziploc bag, and I just left it flat, put it in the freezer on a cookie sheet, and they froze flat, and they fit perfectly into your freezer, and they don't take up too much space. And then my grandchildren were visiting with us, and they were hungry. So I made some quick pasta. I gave it, put a little bit of the sauce on it. And put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, and gave it to my grandson. And I was keeping my fingers crossed because sometimes they could be a little bit picky, but here we go. I'll show you the result there.
This pasta is yummy.
And oh my gosh, that was so cute. He did it on his own. He was just saying, this pasta is yummy. Thanks so much for watching my marinara video. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and hit the notification bell so you know when I release a new video. Take care.